Hi guys, it's Christina from Redefine Creative, and I am super excited to be participating in the top 10 video hop. And so if you click down below, there's a whole ton of us who are playing along that are kind of showing our top 10 layouts or our favorite layouts from 2018. And this is a series I also did last year, and so I'm super excited to be back. And there are so many amazing layouts that are going to be shared to kind of give you some inspiration to jumpstart you into 2019. And so I have my top 10 plus a bonus 11th one that I want to talk to you about. And so most of these, not all of them, but most of them do have process videos if you want to go back and look for any of these specific layouts. So I'm not going to give a whole lot of instruction, but I am going to talk to you about kind of why I picked them. Alright, so this is one that I did for ClickKits using one of their cut files. And so this is something that I had kind of been wanting to play with, this idea of taking a cut file and making it just a small portion of my layout. And I'm really thrilled with how this one kind of came out. And so I love this idea. I want to try this again in the new year with using cut files in kind of smaller, more unique ways than just on the background of my layout. So there was that one. Number one. All right, and number two, this one is a Harry Potter layout, which is kind of a big deal in my house right now. We have a very big Harry Potter fanatic. And so I love this one because it has this little booklet over here. Let's see if I can untie it. That opens up and has my journaling inside, which is just a letter to my kiddo. And so I really like that element. I like that I included some of my Harry Potter stamps and played with a bunch of new papers that I've kind of been hoarding in my stash because I didn't want to use them. So I am super happy with how this one kind of turned out and the theme, and even my son was impressed with this one, which is a very big deal when you have an 11-year-old boy. All right, next one. This is one where I was using some Ink Road stamps, my very favorite circular stamp set, and used it to create all these really fun embellishments. And I love trying to take things that I already have in my stash and use them in a new and unique way to create a different look. So this is definitely something where this was all just leftovers in my stash. I didn't need anything new or crazy or expensive, and was able to create just really fun embellishments and a really cool look. So I really liked that one. All right, this is one that I created at our first ever Secret Not Secret Kit Club retreat. And I did a whole lot of stitching in this background. So I stitched this particular cut file and then just did some simple embellishing to it. But I like that this layout itself carries the memories of our retreat with me as well. So not only is this memory and this story important, but the story of where this layout was created is also important to me. So that's why I made the cut. All right, this one was on ways to use washi tape. And I'm not sure why. I think it's because this is a really good representation of my personal style. And so that's why I made the cut. So lots of bright colors mixed with black and white, a black and white photo, a title over the top. Like, these are very much things that I keep coming back to that I really like using. And so I'm super happy with how this one came out. And my little dude that is now much bigger and older than that. All right, this is another one. This one was for Wild Whisper, and this is from earlier in the year. But I really loved the idea this year of including letters to my kids. So you'll see in a lot of my projects, if you have watched on my channel, I've been doing a lot more including a letter written to my kids. And I really like the way that kind of helps me journal more completely and include more details. And so this is one that was just, this is really indicative of him. This was a super important trip to him. And so documenting that trip becomes important to me because it's a trip that really meant a lot to him. All right, this one was one that was actually a scrap lift of an idea that Paige Evans had showed, where you did some stitching lines in the background and then used her stamp set to stamp out a quote. And it has me and Carrie, which is super, super fun. Just something where getting to hang out with this girl this year has been amazing. And so having a layout to kind of document our friendship or long distance friendship has been really awesome. So that one definitely made the cut. And it took me forever to finish it. So that's another reason. All right, this one was one that was for Spiegel Mom Scraps, and I love that this took a collection that is much more elegant. So my favorite collection of the year, I believe, which was Auburn Lane, and used it combined with photos from an amusement park. So definitely a much different kind of feel and theme to the picture as to the collection that I used, but it still came together and created a really, really fun look. And so I love that. I love that it documented this awesome expression of my daughter's face, as well as got to use my favorite collection. Super fun. All right, this one is one talking about my son's transition to middle school and his new routines, using up lots of scraps and bright fun colors, that black and white photo again. So just one that really makes my heart happy because it's really bright and fun and talks about this middle school transition that we're kind of going through right now. So I love that too. All right, one more. So out of my top 10, this is the last layout that made the cut. This was one that I did for how to kill a kit with style, and just kind of created this row of so much fun embellishment. So using my dies, combining some of my favorite stickers, lots of texture and dimension, super fun photo. Yeah, so nothing too fancy. I didn't do a whole lot of like fancy hand stitch craziness this year. So those were my top 10, at least the top 10 out of the layouts that I could locate to share with you. And this is number 11. And the reason that this makes the cut is because when we had our first retreat over the summer, one of our projects was to create a layout for other people. So this layout passed through several other people who were at the retreat. I basically started them with a photo and a piece of pattern paper, and the rest of the layout was created by other ladies that were there. And so not only is this a fun memory for me, the creation of this layout and the fact that it was created by all of my scrappy friends just makes this layout really, really special to me and something that I really love having in my album. And so yeah, that is why I had to include it, and it's the bonus layout because I didn't technically create it. But it is a layout that I really love telling the story behind. And so that is what I would consider my top 10 layouts for the year. I would love it if you leave me a comment down below. Maybe tell me how many layouts you made this year, or a layout you were super, super proud of, or even one of mine that you really liked. And I will be back to see you soon. Bye.